You have no problem getting the dredge to follow. Things begin to look dicey, but you're eventually able to lose them in the thick woods where they have difficulty keeping up. You climb to an overlook and wait for the caravan to appear. An hour later, Oddleaf is the first to spot them. There, she shouts to the road. As you rejoin them, you can tell there was trouble. Some people wounded, others missing. A lead rushes to you, throwing her arms around your waist. You smile and hug her tightly. Dad, please don't do that again, she says. Brave girl, this one, adds one of the women from Skogia. Chieftain would have died without her. She points to the back of the caravan. You find Oddleaf beside her husband, who is laid out in a cart. Old fool, she says. Got himself a prize for trying to fight back. She shows you his deep gut wound. But he's alive. Nothing for it but to get to Frostelver. You continue on in silence, a lad's hand in your own. I feel good about the decision I made. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. We've got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. Rally the caravan with a speech, let's go. Where the fuck is my phone going off? You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child onto your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onwards. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. Yeah. Fuck, this game's pretty. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions beneath the Godstone. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there was dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? Lie. Tell them everything's going to be alright. God's Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rick. Furious when you're not in control. Terrified when you are. Pull it together. I'm worried about her, lad. Mostly. Keep her close. You do care. I can tell. Men are a plague in the world, worse than any dredge as far as I can tell. Just like this are why we don't get along so well either. You sleep poorly. Purely. Fuck, I can't pronounce things. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The Godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Hidvildir looking the same direction as you. Well, this just sounds intriguing. Inspect the stone. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings out of a habit more than anything else now that the gods are dead. Hidvildir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the lands as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You know, Pardon me. You wonder what he'd think about his wood being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravans approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch you must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says before running back to her tent. Back at your tent you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually the camp is broken down and it's time to move on to Frostelvere. It feels like an end more than a start. Gained item Bragdin Ruin. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. An inherent fear of strangers raises mutter from the caravan. What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting here for food when the dredge found our village, says the man. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. He's either a good actor, or whatever. Allow the men to join me. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Yes! During a rest, one of the men get you drunk and end up splashing mead in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts, many thrown fists and broken bone later. The instigator, Raffensvatir, sorry about the pronunciations again, is tossed onto the ground at your feet, angry clansman looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. Coerce a public apology from him, sure. Grabbing Raffensvatir's neck, you force him to look at the crowd. Apologize for this mess, you demand. The man babbles until you squeeze harder. Sorry, he yells repeatedly, even after you let him go. Folks shake their head, but leave the man alone. Moral has become poor. Shit. Wait, you're really gonna need to camp. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostel, with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. I was gonna rest anyway, so that works out. Let's talk to you first, I guess. Trivkavi. Guess I better thank you for helping us out back there. Trivkavi turns his head, eyes wide, as though someone was stalking him. Nice beard, Rook. But that's not why I'm here. Oh, okay. Why are you here? Fat clansman. What? They eat, don't know how to kill a thing, Rook. He rolls the R and Rook gratuitously, while holding out a spear for you to inspect. Look at this thing. They grow on trees. You can make this from a tree. My advice, show them how to stick some pigs, or stick a rabbit, a bird. You can stick almost anything. Did I roll the R enough? Have you always been this way, Trivkavi? Have I always been Trivkavi? Dumb question, Rook. Look, I hear what they say behind my back. Trivkavi's handsome. Trivkavi's brave, but you're the right man for this job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're a wonderful person, Trivkavi. Any more helpful advice? Glad you finally asked. Don't trust a man just because they have faces and use their mouths. A man will look at you right through his helmet and lie. Should I trust you, Trivkavi? Come on, Rook. Am I wearing a helmet? I should go. I get it. We all got things to go. To do. The words. It's me. I was about to go swimming. At least you're keeping clean. Nobody comes looking for you in a pool of water, you know. Don't let me waste too much time there, okay? We'll come get you before we leave. I'll see you around. Only if you'll keep your eyes open, Rook. You can't help but hope there was nothing sinister about that last comment. You're a wonderful person, Drukovi. Okay, what are you? You're rest. Yes, I want to rest. Because the morale is now normal. You're the map, you're the market, you're the heroes. Let's do the heroes. So you're ready to promote, so let's do it. Do it. Yes. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. And I've read about you before, haven't I? Yes, I have. Okay. Drivgivy, you're you. You are you. But you're ready to promote, and I haven't read about you yet, so I'll do that as well. Dude, your attack ended up being crazy, and I don't understand why. But, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. Let's read about you. The chieftain of Saga was considered one of the luckier men in town when he wooed the beautiful daughter of a well-known fighter. These days, most people consider him a lucky man for marrying someone who knows how to run a town. Noted. Okay. Here are the different things I can buy. Warrior's Oath, a medallion worn around the neck of some vow to remind themselves of their worth as warriors. Iron bands. Strapping some strips of metal to your wrist may give you a heavier swing if you can hit your target. Eyeless Rift, the simple black sash said to wrap around the eyes of a blind archer who never missed a shot. That sounds cool. Fuck it. Let's get it. Go back to arrows. I can't be a hero. Can I wear more than one item, is the question. I am not currently able to, because I'm not rank 4. Okay, fine. We've invested. Okay. We came from here. Skrogir. The descendants stand unable to cultivate good yields or find much fish in the frozen murk of Bar Harbor, nevertheless scratched out a living from the beasts of the forest, where they erected a stone to hid Vildir, patron of hunters. And we're heading to Frostvillir. Once sitting upon the bank of a wide lake, when the Nordfelling turned to a waste, the city of Frostvillir became a tattered bastion blasted by the freezing winds that roll through the valley. Those who live here still are not known for their hospitality. Excellent, considering we're heading there. Setterland. They had such high hopes for Setterland, the new kingdom of man and Val, they called it, rounding up anyone who yearned for land of their own. Whole clans and families took their caravans and banners to the untamed frontier. When the Nordfelling lake disappeared, the trees withered beneath Arctic winds and the crops would not grow. Okay. We're ready to leave. You're only just outside the village when two men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mugon. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostvillir. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. Okay. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Skokie here. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. Nobody. There won't be anything to tend once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you got two choices. This is a really shitty voice for you, but I'm rolling with it. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Morgan, what did you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Morgan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I made a poor farmer. I mean, the dredge are gonna arrive. They're gonna kill the village, right? Maybe if I take out... Maybe the leader is the one making them stay, and if I take him down, they'll actually come with us, because they should come with us. So... And also, I'm not gonna let them kill these two in cold blood just because they want to leave, so... Ivor steps forward. Oh shit, I didn't say the line. Let's help make this a fair fight, Ivor. Ivor steps forward. The thugs hesitate as you pull your axe. You notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. Shit, what does that mean? Join the ranks. Seems good to me. Actually, I'm just going to move you slightly further back. Everything else seem in order? I mean, I wouldn't. Oh, no. Shit. Put you here. Okay, now I'm ready. Let's do it to it. I don't know what this does. Let's find out. What's my attack range? A lot of damage. I just realized this is like not a tense game, so I should be talking more when fighting. But doing my usual thing of not talking. You just came straight back and were Little ass hat. Being honest. Let's kill you. Pressure. Shit. Okay. You can probably handle yourself. Yeah, I want... Can I not? Okay. Apparently I can't attack him for some reason. Who am I? Okay. Noted. Shit. Oh, I see how this works. Weird how it works. Shit. Right, okay, so you kind of try and lure them into that. I see how it works, yeah. Okay. One hit. Let's do it. Nice. I hope those two brothers didn't actually die. The brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and you soon set out again. I should probably talk to Alette. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distance since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleaf approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleaf has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skogia. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? No. No. And that means you're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfolds the banner. Oddleaf has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skogia throughout the years. just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but a letter's been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge leaving home, and why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. They would have killed others. But how do you know which ones are bad? Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? I'm glad you don't want to. Alette smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to. But do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Dad, I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together sewing new verses into the banner. For better or for worse, the story of Saga is your burden now. That was a cool moment because despite how much I love Telltale's The Walking Dead, at times I made a decision that I would stand by, but I didn't have the chance to explain it to anyone. Like, you make the decision, the characters react to it, and you never get to reason why you did it. That was cool, because she didn't like what I did, but I got to explain why I did it, and then she got to react to it as, I don't want to kill people, and I totally get that. That was really cool. Don't know how much it would affect the story, mind you, but it was just a really nice moment. There are a lot of wounded people here, says Alette. Oh, wrong voice completely.